Welcome back.
Hey y'all, Megan and Andy.
What you cooking?
Sausage, fresh sausage.
Fresh sausage.
Fresh sausage. 'Tis the time of year for plenty of fresh sausage for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, I'm cooking. I'm gonna throw some canned biscuits in the oven. We'll just eat us some sausage biscuits for lunch today.
Sausage biscuits for lunch.
We have had a busy morning. And it is pouring the snow, and we've got our schoolwork done. The youngins have done took off, and
I'm gonna tell y'all, snow is coming down right now, but it's not really sticking. The ground's too hot for that. But it sure is pretty to look at. I'll show y'all here in a few minutes.
so our last hog that we did. Now we've got 2 left right now to making of this video, but so our second smallest one, the smallest one was 430. This last one was 510.
Yeah, about 510 pounds.
Yeah,
is what
and
we
we've
figured.
still got the 2 biggest ones left out there, so we'll see how big they are.
That one big, and we're still in debating to which one is going to be the biggest. Is it the black and white one or is it the red and white one?
I think it's the black and white one.
I still think it's the red and white one, but we'll see.
We're gonna see. Yep, we're gonna see. But yeah, that's all I'm really doing today. And then for supper, I thought I might thaw out my vegetable soup.
It's a good day for vegetable soup.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
It's gotten colder as the day has went on. It actually wasn't that bad this morning, but as the days went on here, it's gotten quite a bit colder outside. So, perfect day for vegetable soup.
Yes.
I'm still not convinced that this snowstorm is going to accumulate to anything. However, like I said, it's very pretty to look at.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough out there they can go out there and play a little bit.
Yeah, the kids are out there right now. Give y'all a quick glimpse right here. I mean, it's coming down hard. If it was colder, or if the ground was colder, this would have really added up to something, I think. Starting to look a little bit like Christmas around here. It's not many times you get to see the house and the Christmas lights and snow all at the same time. We don't typically have a lot of snow before Christmas, but this is the second snow so far, but neither one of them have added up to anything. But they've both been real pretty to look at when they fell. Did he blow back up? Oh no! There he goes. You killed Mickey.
Get back out!
There. Now it looks like he's got a tummy ache. You better not throw no snowball on me. No. No, Maggie! You done threw one at me too. Quit. Well, I tell you what, kids, y'all can stay out here all you want to, but I'm going back in the house. I ain't got enough clothes on. Them lights is pretty with the snow, ain't they?
Yeah.
They look real nice with the snow on them. Y'all see her? Loves messing with them horses. Doesn't matter what kind of weather. All right.
That's a big middlin. Hold it up so everybody can see it.
I guess I'm going to cut it in half.
Yeah,
I'll let you have half of it and I'll take half of it.
I'll work on part of it and you work on part of it. So this is the part of the pig that you would normally make fat back out of. We've already put up a little fat back, and I'm going to turn this into lard.
Yeah, and we trimmed most of the lean off of it for sausage.
Yep.
And it's still got the skin on it, so we're going to have to skin this before we do anything with it.
Yep.
I guess the easiest way would be...
You can either cut it off the skin, or you can just skin it.
Well, I think what I'm going to do with mine is cut me strips, and then I'll, like, fillet it
Okay.
And then I'll just get the skin out of my way since I kind of got limited space to work with here.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoot down a little bit. So, lard is something that I make a lot of this time of year, and the reason being, this is my cooking grease. I don't really cook with much else besides lard and butter and a little olive oil every once in a while. So I do make quite a bit of it, and I make it from every pig, any of the leaf fat or any fat like this that I have left over. So I have enough as Christmas gifts and enough to get me through until hog processing next year. So the way I start is, and actually a viewer told me this, it's been a few years ago now, a couple years at least. I used to put a little water in the bottom of that pot right there to keep my fat from sticking until it starts to render and make a little grease. Well, they had the brilliant idea, why don't you just put you a spoonful of lard and melt it in the bottom? Since that's what you're making, you won't have to worry about cooking all that water out of it. Brilliant idea. So, that's what I do. This is some lard from last year. And I'm just going to put me a big old spoonful in the bottom of my big pot here and let that be melting and greasing up the bottom of it before we throw any fat in there.
Is that small enough chunks? They need to be smaller than that.
That'll work. So I'm going to put me a good spoonful of that in there. Let me put that on low heat. We'll probably have to cut it off. I want that at least to be melted.
That's just to keep this new fat from sticking.
Yeah, because if you don't watch when you're making lard, it'll try to stick to the bottom at first. These fat pieces will. It can. And then if you scorch it,
then
it'll taste terrible.
Done. Yeah.
It'll taste terrible.
You don't want nothing to do with no scorched lard.
It'll ruin the whole batch. It'll ruin it.
Ruin it. So many years ago, we used to have a chicken stew every fall or every winter. And we had a big black pot that we cooked it in, and that was the same pot that Daddy cooked down fat in. And he scorched his lard one year, and it ended up making the chicken stew that we cooked in the same spot taste just like that scorched lard. You remember that?
Yes,
it was terrible.
I think that's the last chicken stew we ever done.
Yep, he never messed with them no more. Can I go ahead and throw some in there, or I need to let all that melt?
No, you can go ahead and throw some in there. And the key to good lard, good clean lard that's not going to make everything you use it with taste like pork, is cooking it low and slow. Patience is key.
I remember when Daddy used to do down lard, you know, of course, like I said, he used a big, huge black cast iron pot. It was an all-day process. And he'd always do it on a day like today when you couldn't do nothing outside.
Right.
At least I felt like it was an all-day process.
Well, it probably was, because you're probably doing a whole lot more at one time, too.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like when he stewed down lard, that was the only time he stewed down lard, best I can remember.
Yeah, one time. See, that's the way it was when I was a kid, too. It was just, you done it all at once. My people used to put it in like metal cans.
Yep, you could go to the store and buy a lard can. But them cans started getting so cheap that in a year's time they'd rust out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember. We lost some lard a couple of times because the can would rust out.
Ain't that something?
It was just a metal tin can, and I mean that's what everybody kept lard in back in the old days. Or jars. I mean, jars was a thing too. I know Daddy's told that story many times of his daddy.
Yeah.
Pouring it in. It was cold outside, and he stewed down the lard outside.
I think he said it was like snowing and everything else.
Yeah, they said it was cold, and he didn't heat his jars up before he poured that hot lard in there. Busted every one of them, didn't he?
Yeah, said it sounded like a gun going off. Every one of them, pow,
Yep.
pow. I like that story.
I know. I think we hear that story every year.
Mm-hmm. And you know, in all honesty, you could throw a big chunk of fat in and cook it down, and it would eventually cook down. You could throw these big pieces in there, and they would eventually cook down. It's all in really how you want your cracklings, and it does cook down a little faster, cutting it into cubes like that. And this fatback makes pretty good lard. My favorite to use is leaf fat, but fatback makes good lard too. Now I get tickled. Now a lot of these old timers, they don't like none of this lean meat in their fatback.
In the fatback?
Yeah, I get tickled to some of these people watch our hog videos. They say, that ain't nothing but fat.
Well, the old timers, that's what they wanted.
That's what they wanted. They didn't want no lean meat in their fatback. And I'm going to tell you, that's a delicacy.
What, fatback?
Yeah. I love a good piece of fatback. Now, fatback, or what people are accustomed to, is salted down. So, like this, I don't know what would happen to it if you tried to fry a piece, honestly.
It would probably turn into lard. It would just melt away, I imagine.
Well, turn into a big crackling, I guess.
Or a big crackling, yeah. But to make this into fatback, you just simply lay it out and rub salt all over it and let it lay there. And
yeah, ain't no pepper or nothing.
Take the salt. Yeah, it's got pepper too.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's just to keep the bugs off of it, right?
The pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, the fatback that we make, well, it's just like everything else, though. The fatback we make is no comparison to that fatback you buy at the store.
So I don't much really eat them no more, but when I was a kid, that right there would have made a really good crackling because it's got just a little piece of lean in it. And that little lean will fry up.
That'd be a good piece of fatback.
That would be a good piece of fatback. But like I said, I don't necessarily eat cracklings nowadays. But
I made
growing up, I ate them.
Did you eat my crackling cornbread the other day? I made.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It was good. It was. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of stuff that's got cracklings in it. It is good, but.
Well, I thought it was delicious. I couldn't remember if you eat any of it or not.
Yeah, I ate a piece later on after it cooled.
I made me a little pone of crackling cornbread the other day after I got done with that last batch of lard. If your cracklings are done right, not gooey, it makes good cornbread.
Yeah, a gooey crackling don't make no good cornbread.
No. Do I need to stir it?
Yep.
And see, my stove here, this eye is really hot, even on low. So after it cooks just a minute like this, I'm going to have to put it back on that other one.
What are you talking about?
This eye right here on low is still too hot.
Oh, okay. You have to use that.
I have to use
that one back there, ain't it?
I can use this one too.
Is that one too?
It don't get as hot.
Well, I tell you what, it must be hot in this house. This stuff's turning greasy quick.
Yeah, I'll have to.
It didn't stay chilled out long.
Come on. There it goes. Yep. Still just snowing, just don't want to stick.
Yeah, I actually think a lot of it's melted on the ground.
I guess the ground's too.
Still too hot.
Y'all, they were supposed to come, gonna come pour our footers today for our hay barn. They picked them. They were gonna come on the one day, and then of course it's gonna snow. So.
Well, now I knew it was gonna work out this way. Before, just a few weeks ago, we had the perfect weather to be doing that kind of work because it was dry and the temperatures were good. But I had a feeling that the weather was probably going to break right around the time they wanted to start coming and doing all that, and it has. It has turned so wet. It's muddy.
Yeah, it's muddy down there in that new dirt, especially.
It's nasty, and I mean, it's just really not. I don't know. I'm interested to see if we'll even be able to get it done this month because
Tis the mud season now. It's here.
It's mud.
And this snow laying around, y'all know what snow does.
And it's not that I don't want to get it done. I don't want to make a mess out of what we got fixed down there. And
yeah, because they were going to come do it.
Yeah.
And we told them to
Well, they still may come this week. We're going to see what it looks like, but I just don't know. I don't think
Not convinced.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
And see, you can turn that into pork rinds.
That skin.
Mm-hmm. That'd make a good pork rind.
Yeah, anymore. It's right here. It's about the only thing you cook with.
For years. Been like that for several years.
We kind of figured, I know some people might say it's bad for you, but we kind of figured the old timers done it for all them years. And most of them lived a long, healthy life.
Sorry.
You about got me, didn't you? But I think you pay attention to the way the old timers done it. And like I said, most of the ones I knew lived a pretty long, healthy life. And they ate the way that most people say is bad for you.
Well, the thing is, it's all about... I mean, we're not like sitting here eating spoonfuls of lard.
No. Just using it to cook with.
Yeah. Whatever that word is. Anything in excess is bad for you. Don't matter what it is, even water. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. I knew a lady one time who drank too much water. I didn't know there was such a thing until it happened to her.
Yep. Moderation. That's the word I was looking for. This is easier to fool with than that leaf fat.
Yeah,
ain't it?
I think so. I'll tell you what. We got that sausage right this year.
Yeah.
Don't that look good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I made a good lunch. And somebody's going to say, oh gosh, Megan, I can't believe you didn't make homemade biscuits. I know they will. But my family loves canned biscuits too. And, well, that's a nice treat for, especially Andy and the kids, ain't it?
I guess it's where I grew up. Mama always made homemade biscuits too. But we eat a lot of canned biscuits growing up.
Poor thing. Has to eat homemade biscuits all the time.
You just can't beat a canned biscuit. I mean...
They are good. I'm just joking. And again, moderation. That's the first can of biscuits we've had in
a long time.
a while, yeah. Several months.
That's just from one side.
Yep.
We got one whole one to cut up.
Yep. And you can see some of these pieces are just starting. See how it's a different color than that?
Starting to look like jelly.
Yep. They're just starting to render down. So I usually start about every 15 minutes or so. 15, 20 minutes after it gets going good. But it'll just sit there and simmer down. But actually, after you do it one time, you realize it's pretty simple, I think.
So tell me something.
What?
Will this make as much lard as the leaf fat?
I don't know.
Or more or
usually
less?
if I do it, I mix it together, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the answer. I know that this fat makes really good cracklings.
Because it's
Firmer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But I don't know.
I guess we got to cut that other one up now, don't we?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I've had it full before. It'll work out because it'll shrink so much. I mean, I've had it. That's probably the way it's going to be this time.
Mound it up.
Probably shouldn't, but I do.
It works.
So my pot's good and full, and this will cook down, but I'm just kind of moving it around pretty gently so I don't sling no pieces out. But I had already had it stirred pretty good before we got it quite this full. I like to let some of the colder pieces fall down in there. I'll see in. So see if you can shine that down in this dark.
Yep.
You can see down in there how it's cooking, and then I let some of them cold pieces fall down in there, and this pot won't be nearly this full here in about 30 minutes or so. It'll just continue to render down. And, you know, like I said, besides keeping it stirred, that's really about all it is to it.
Just let it do its thing.
Do its thing, yep.
Still putting down snow.
Yeah, I'm going to go out there and see what the youngins are doing. So, here's a little update on the lard. It's been about 2.5 hours, but we're good and going now. So after it gets to this point, it really won't take it a whole lot longer. But it's still on really low heat. It's just going to town, and you can see, you know, our lard is right there, and it just kind of melts away. And you'll have some dark brown cracklings kind of like that.
Those are the ones that's good to eat, I think.
Once they get good and done. So,
yeah.
Yep, just still stirring it every 20-ish minutes or so nothing tries to stick to the bottom. And it's still just going.
Well, I guess after a very unproductive couple of hours, it's time to go feed, ain't it?
Yep. Fight the cold. I've been kind of waiting on it to quit snowing, but
it's still snowing.
At least it's kind of like flurries now. So
yeah, lightened up a lot.
Maybe it'll be better.
He blends in, don't he? Guarantee he ain't cold with all that insulation on him. She had it on her nose a while ago. Looked like she'd been in flour or something. Are you eating it? Come on. Come on, Quasi. Watch out. Watch out. These right here are waiting.
They're always waiting.
They've all but eat that roll of hay. Boy, y'all got a mud hole in here now. I tell you, as soon as that bale right there's ate up, they going into the sacrifice pasture, I reckon.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
They have made an absolute disaster out of this. Didn't much of it come out. They'll lick it up.
Come on.
One thing about it, it's pretty, ain't it?
Yeah, it really is pretty, especially up through the woods over there.
I see ears sticking up. What you doing, piggies? The herd's thinned out a little bit, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 bags left. That ought to be plenty to last. You're saying this one's gonna be the biggest, right?
That's my guess.
I say that one. We'll see. Find out in a few days, won't we?
Yep. Lovey, you done got fed up yonder.
I ain't feeding you again down here. That's why you look like you do.
He likes to trick me and Andy. If I'm the one going around feeding, he'll stand up there and make Andy feel sorry for him, and Andy will give him a little feed, and I'll be down here, and then he'll run down here like he is right now and be like, please feel sorry for me, give me some food, and I'll feed him too.
He does it every day.
I love the woods after it snowed. I just love it. Well, there's a little bit down here. It's already starting to melt. Anything been through here since snowing? There's a nice deer track right there. You know, in my little older age, I've learned to love all the seasons. I used to dread the cold, then complain when it was too hot. But now, I know, I love all the seasons because, well, that's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to have cold, we're supposed to have hot. Looks like we got done feeding right on time.
I know it. Snow's picked up again. I bet it don't last long this time though.
Well, no, I don't figure so.
So you just take a guess at how much is supposed to go in there?
Oh, yeah. Do me a few little handfuls.
Well, if you fix the bags, I'll seal them. I can do that part. Is that enough?
Oh, yeah. We don't eat much at a time, and if I do it this way, it won't waste so much. Yeah, now just flatten it out so it'll sit good in the freezer.
I don't need to mark that sausage, do I? You know it's sausage.
I might know it's sausage.
I mean, we don't have anything else that looks like that.
Yes. Just put the date on it. That's all I need.
Maggie come in a while ago. She said, why does it smell so good in here? I said, it's that lard cooking down.
Now, it has a little different smell than that leaf lard.
I think it smells good.
I know. It's got pretty cold out there, though. It's actually quite a bit colder out there than it was
This
morning.
morning? Yeah, it's like 33, I think is what I seen the thermometer saying. So not quite freezing, but ain't far from it.
So the lard is getting closer and closer to getting done. You can see it's still bubbling quite a bit, but some of our cracklings are starting to get brown. But those bubbles they'll slow down some when it's closer to being ready.
Do you cook it till it quits bubbling? Or you don't?
No, because I've tried it before and it gets a little too brown for me.
Oh.
So I just keep a close eye on them cracklings.
So how do you know when it's done? But just by looking at the cracklings?
Yeah, I look more at the cracklings. May all depend on the way you're doing it too, though. I don't know. I got big with this bag. Oops.
Huh?
I got this bag too big.
Oh. Jimmy Dean ain't got nothing on that right there.
Nope. The sausage sometimes is hard to get all the air out of it.
Because you got pockets in there anyways. Air pockets.
I was trying to mash it down enough where it would.
Well, it looks like it's got a good seal on it.
It's better than it was.
Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Beautiful.
Boston sausage 2025.
Good eating. Just want me to lay them back here in that freezer.
Yeah, just put them in this freezer so I don't have to get back out there in the cold. Let me go put this thing up.
Are those really lard filters or are they made for something else?
The filter fryer grease, so you can clean your frying grease.
So it's basically a lard filter.
Yep, the clean grease out of a fryer. Ain't that cool?
That is cool.
Thought so too. Only thing is getting it started, so I kind of have to like stuff it down in there till I get a crackling or two in there to hold it still.
Oh, okay.
So our lard is done, and I'm going to show y'all how I know it's done. So there is still some bubbles, but do y'all see how golden brown those cracklings are? There's no gooey looking cracklings in there anymore. Actually, those cracklings look delicious. Don't they? They look good. Mm-hmm. I let my cracklings, I don't want them to get any browner than that, because if they start getting browner than that, we're going to have some brown crackling tasting lard, which is not a bad thing in all situations, but if you're going to be baking like biscuits or cake or cookies or something like that, you don't want it tasting like a crackling. That's just my 2 cents on it. So this point I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut my heat off. That took this about 6 hours roughly. There was a lot of fat in there though, y'all. So I've got my grease filter in here. Now I used to years ago do this through a strainer with a paper towel laying in it. It worked fine. Slow. It was a slow process. I've heard you can do it through cheesecloth or through a plain old cloth. That's just not something I've ever personally done, so I don't have any experience with that to speak of it. Now I want y'all to pay attention to the color of this lard here. This is what low and slow cooking's gonna get you. This beautiful, clean, clear lard. And it's gonna be snow white. And honestly, once it cools, it won't really have a smell. Your lard's gonna keep best if it's filtered extremely well. So you want to use some kind of really fine filter. That's why I used to do the paper towel. Because these little tiny pieces of crackling are floating around all in your lard, and that can cause your lard to go rancid a little quicker. Same goes for moisture. You don't want any moisture in your jars. You want them dry, because any droplets of water the get in your grease, again, can make it go bad a little quicker than it should. Now, you may notice the type of jars I like to use for lard are these old glass mayonnaise jars. Or they may have not all been mayonnaise, but you know what I mean. The jars that are not labeled as canning jars. A lot of the old timers saved them. I've picked up a lot of jars on and off through the years, and there's always, it never fails, there's always a few of these old glass mayonnaise jars in there. And that's what I like to use for my lard. Lard don't really have to be canned. It's shelf stable. If it's filtered right, it's rendered right, it's shelf stable. Like you heard me and Andy talking about earlier, people used to put them in old coffee cans. I mean, that wasn't canned. And it will last before it goes bad. Where I do this in jars, when I put that lid and ring on, it usually is so hot that it will seal itself. And I've used lard that was 2 or 3 years old that haven't went bad yet. Now, I have had some go bad, but you'll know if it's bad. It stinks to high heaven. So you'll definitely be able to catch that. But people ask me a lot, do I keep it in the refrigerator? I don't keep it in the refrigerator. Like I said, it's shelf stable. Even after I've cracked open that jar, y'all see it sitting here on my windowsill. That's where it stays, and I've yet to have any troubles from that. So looks like I've ended up with just about exactly 7 quarts of some good looking lard here. That ain't too bad. Not too bad for the size pieces of fat, and we've got all these delicious cracklings. So I want to show y'all real quick what I'm talking about we need to filter out, because you can see it real good with this filter. Now, lard can also makes really good soap. I've made a lot of soap with lard, and a lot of times if I have some left over from the year before, that's what I'll use for soap so I can get through my new stash. I hope y'all can see the crackling crumbs that end up inside this filter. Now, if you were just using a strainer, you wouldn't catch those. Those would just seep right on through a regular strainer. So that's why it's important. You don't want that settling to the bottom of your lard and causing your lard to go rancid earlier than it should be. So my cracklings, I'll strain them out, and we can freeze those and have them for later for crackling cornbread. And now, like I said, these jars will more than likely seal because it is so hot. And I will store them down in my basement. I'll take the rings off after that lid's sealed, and it'll be good till I'm ready to use it.
Well, it looks pretty good, don't it?
Hang on.
Are you eating a crackle?
Yeah. They'd be really good with some.
Let's see what they look like.
They'd be really good with some salt on them. Put a little salt on that. They would be very good.
Yeah, those look a lot like the cracklings Daddy used to have them, but I think he always used that type of fat, like what you use today.
That fatback fat.
Mm-hmm. The hard, stiff fat, as I like to call it.
But it don't look too bad, does it? Made a nice product.
I know, ain't that pretty? Like liquid gold there.
Yep. Yeah, and like I said, that's something we do every year. I've been cooking with lard for years and years and years. But anyways, guys, I guess that's going to about wrap up this here snow day. Hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Hope y'all have a fabulous weekend. And y'all, we don't say it enough, but just know we are so thankful for each and every single one of y'all.
That's right.
And anyways, guys, y'all have a good one.
See y'all next time.